Yo, it's Apache Chief, and welcome to Star Wars self-actualized roleplay, where I write scripts and act them out in this channel. But basically, I'm an old D6 game master, and I'm an old school role player. And basically, I just like to tell stories and exercise some writing. What I'm going to cover today is basically the chapter of aliens, and basically what I hope to do is bring back the old campiness of the Star Wars aliens. But before we go any further, I want to give thanks to basically Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers. He's been spearheading the operation, to keep basically Star Wars, in its proper state as it should be because of the destruction that The Last Jedi has caused. Much love to him and all the other YouTubers that he supported. That Star Wars Girl, Ivan Ortega, much love. Craig from You Reviews for You, my Indian brother from another mother. Much love to you. John that talks Star Wars, much love to you. SC Review, Ethan Van Skyver. But it's just like Star Raw, Star Wars Theory, Mike Zero, everybody. I'm not crazy about all of these YouTubers. There's some others that I mentioned. There's, the Star Wars community has to stay together. Far left, far right, in the middle, gay, straight, doesn't matter. Gender, transgender, whatever. We have to come together. This has got to stop. It's just got to stop. All right, but that's where I'm going to go. That's one of the reasons why I'm covering aliens. Let's be human against the illegal aliens and the aliens. And let's just have fun together and enjoy good, compelling stories. But let's get into the chapter. Chapter 8 in the source book, printed in, I believe, 1987, 1988. All right, so let's go. Of the millions of planets where life has evolved, very few, perhaps several thousand, ever developed intelligent life. From them sprang countless civilizations. Many long vanished and are known only by their artifacts. Now thousands of intelligent species, as varied as the environments which produce them, roam the galaxy. Oxygen-breathing, carbon-based life forms are the most numerous among the ranks of intelligent species, but some are water and methane breathers are known, and several species of gas giant floaters are said to have intelligence of a kind. In some areas of the galaxy, it is not unusual to enter a bar or other public area to find representatives of dozens of alien species and races. Because here stands a recognizable biped, there insectoids with combine eyes. Grasshopper-sized elements of a hive intelligence may tend bar, and the separate bodies coordinating actions with uncanny precision. And he goes, overhead the wafting smoke may not be the evidence of a lit-up blunt of indulgence, but the presence of a gaseous being. The rodent scuttling across the floor may level a blaster if you call it vermin. The huge-eyed hoxapod may congenially offer to buy you around. It was always wise, though, to determine whether what he offers is lethal to your species or not. Of the thousands of alien races, few have achieved hyperspace technology, but many of those that have or have not trade with spacefarers. Some leave their primitive homes to find adventure, profit, or happiness among the stars. Occasionally, multiple alien races live in harmony in a single star system. Unfortunately, however, such amity is the exception rather than the rule. Beings who evolved in very different environments frequently have very different worldviews, which sometimes clash violently. The volume cannot be encyclopedically described. Each and every one of these thousands of known alien races, at best, we can discuss, but a few of the better are known. All right. So, what I want my story to cover is basically, I did a lot of research in time dilation, time travel, and I know it's not a huge favorite thing in Star Wars, but basically I tried to write something that was basically scientific yet poetic, but goes into the Force. And of course, I basically want to bring back the campy alien that was known as Jaxxon. But I'm going to bring and introduce an alternative form of Jaxxon. I hope you enjoy. And along, there might be some other little discoveries within the story. So please enjoy the trip. Okay. Star Wars, Episode 3. Playing Jax. Temporal flashback. Luke Skywalker standing over Darth Vader doing repeated overhead strikes. From the moment where Vader lost his footing, his arm against the railing, Luke banging the saber in his mind, demanding that his father release, using and tapping into the force of will. He goes, technique and a slight bit of telekinesis to hold his arm in place. Then Luke lobs off Vader's hand at the wrist. Within the universal consciousness of time and space, linear history, reality shifts and pans down and away from Luke and Vader. But usual memory shimmies away from the fabric of the Force, begins its living sway. The order of the Whills focus on Vader's lightsaber, tumbling down the secondary Death Star shaftway into the path because of an electromagnetic relay. Vader's neural interface within his hand keeps the blade ignited, as if the universe is casting a spell. The frequencies are right. Then the falling Emperor with fire-arcing force lightning is the final catalyst, ripping a hole in space and time. As the Emperor explodes, a red blur fades into reality, from its exploding body. And Jax emerges from the accidental hyperspace wormhole, but out of phase from space-time, tumbling through the dimensions of the dark side. The explosion of the Death Star, the massive loss of life from the Battle of Endor to the time of the Battle of Crate, the voice of the Emperor yelling, "You will kill Luke Skywalker," for 30 years, but trying to figure out the feedback loop from the glove of Darth Vader, finally tapping to ancient mystical ley lines of Endor, tearing at his mind these energies, and then it rips him out of the dark time through a doorway of a biostone temple, ramming into the Sith Witch. He finds himself wearing the glove of Darth Vader with a crimson lightsaber ignited through her pregnant womb. The steampunk style Jaxxon comes out of his dark matter hyperspace accelerated state, tired, hungry, mad, grief-stricken, and memory lost. Who, what, where am I? I am. Then he sees a legion of furry little creatures in leather, plate, chainmail armors, holding swords, shields, bows, many of them as far as the eye can see. Jaxxon's. Sorry, it was an accident. One armored Ewok, short but burly and thick, furred and broad, his face partially hidden and helmeted by a bucklet shield. Covered in fur, and the Ewok says, "You speak this tongue, basic?" in its raspy voice. He goes, "What you're saying now? Yes, I do." The green rabbit speaks fast, but confused, seeing the blood all over his hand, the blade, his body. It seems thick and vibrant and still alive, animated. Or he's going mad. The Ewok, still weary, says, "Are you with her?" The Lepi, still disoriented from the dimensional time dilation. The Ewok again in his raspy voice, "Are you her servant?" He goes, "By the steam force, no," removing his goggles. He goes, "You have name?" He thinks. He can't remember, so he thinks fast and just says no. He goes, the armored Ewok says, "Well, you have killed the Sith Witch, Kathlaya." He goes, "Kathlaya." He goes, "You are a hero and friend. That is no accident. You understand?" The green rabbit, the Lepi, gets that the Ewok is trying to help him. He doesn't know why, but he gets a feeling. The Ewok says, "I am War Master Wicket." Looking at his lightsaber, the red glow, the buzzing sound, it reminds him of bugs. The look of his green friend reminds him of a Bucky. Endor's equivalent of a rabbit. Wicket, I will call you Bugs Bucky. He goes, La Matabruja, the witch killer. War Master Wicket turns his armies, says a few things to his people in Ewokanese. And big cheers come from his legions. And Jaxxon, as Bugs Bucky, says, oh no, I got a bad feeling about this, falling to his knees as the Ewok legions chant, La Matabruja, La Matabruja, La Matabruja. And Wicket, Yub Nub, Bugs Bucky, Yub Nub. And that's where our chapter ends. Well, I hope you enjoyed. All right, my little alien campiness, my interpretation of basically of the Whills of the Force and time dilation within my version of the Star Wars universe. Thank you for your time. Any questions or comments below, let me know. And may the Force be with you. Peace out, yo.